Flysafair says it's reached a formal agreement now with trade union Solidarity through the CCMA, effectively ending an almost 2-week strike by pilots. A portion of airline employees and pilots were striking over a range of issues, including disputes over roster authority. Let's bring in Flysafair's Chief Marketing Officer, Kirby Gordon. Thanks for your time this afternoon. We spoke to Solidarity here on the channel just a little earlier on. They say that really there are no winners in this process, but this was the closest to middle ground that the two parties could reach. What would be your assessment of this agreement?
Yeah, I think that is an accurate assessment. You know, the reality is no party actually seeks to be in this scenario whatsoever. It's not ideal for, either the work or the company that's involved, or frankly for the flying public, actually, for that matter. So there are no winners in this scenario, but I think it's a testament to the fact that both parties obviously feel very strongly about the positions that they held. And realistically, there was a negotiation down to the nth degree, and both can walk away confident that they've got the best deal that there was to be had.
The longest pilot strike and lockout in South African history, that's not something you want as a part of the Flysafair brand?
No, not at all, not at all. But what we do want as part of the Flysafair brand is a commitment in the long term to making sure that we can offer a sustainable business that can offer, great fares and a great service to customers well into the future. And that was really what we needed to maintain. That was the responsibility that we had, that we ensured that we still maintain that edge to be able to be here, well past tomorrow.
Kirby, would you also agree with the assessment that this agreement that's now been reached could have been done as far back as February, particularly insofar as rostering issues are concerned?
No, I don't entirely agree with that, and obviously that was not the outcome at all in the circumstance. I think the calls from both sides were intense, and a lot of the rostering asks or demands rather from the part of the union were a lot more around unilateral control from an operational perspective. So I think the compromise position that we've ended up in now is one that is far more meaningful, and obviously one that is more balanced and allows the organization to move forward.
Yeah, and most importantly, according to your statement as well, for the South African travelling public, and I think for those using your service even outside our borders, travelling within South Africa, this is ultimately good news. It means just a lot more stabilization in terms of flight schedules, but importantly, airfares.
Yeah, that's 100% the reality. I mean, with the reduction in capacity that came into the market, obviously as a result of this, we have seen something of a supply vacuum, and naturally that has an impact on pricing. So, being able to ramp up and return to full capacity in the market has a significant impact on the customer. It obviously means a lot more choice, which is phenomenal. But equally, just having that additional supply really puts that downward pressure on fares as well, which is great news for everyone.
There have also been pilots who have been working harder to try and maintain some stability in the service and offering a Flysafair. Do they get some well-deserved time off now?
Absolutely, yeah. No, look, that is part of the reality is that obviously everything is very carefully managed in terms of the civil aviation limits. And so, that there needs to be a balance now in terms of time off versus that. And so we'll see that schedule start to ramp up, carefully through next week, just so that we can manage that dynamic of moving one lot in and one lot out to ensure that all of that happens the way it should.
All right, Kirby Gordon is Flysafair's Chief Marketing Officer. I'm sure you've heard him on the flights if ever you've flown with the airline. And there he is on your screens now. Some good news with Flysafair reaching a formal agreement with the trade union Solidarity through the CCMA ending these 12 days of a strike.